couldn't have asked for a more beautiful day, and that's kind of symbolic of the temple and the excitement of the Spirit and the beauty and the warmth that we will feel inside as well as outside the temple. This will be the 146th temple that will be active in the church once it's dedicated on June 7th. And there are a number of other temples announced, and we're continuing to work toward providing temples for the saints and members throughout the world. This one is particularly beautiful. You can see it. You've seen it as you've driven north on I-15 for a number of years now. And it was particularly noticeable when the evening lights would come on and you could see this temple standing in its majesty next to the Wasatch Front there. There's a lot of history in this area. The members have been here for many, many years. They were actually sent here originally by Brigham Young to be kind of a way station. They would travel from Provo down to, from Salt Lake to Provo, and then from Provo to Payson, where they would stay the night on their journey down to St. George and other points further south. And so they actually came here at the instruction of Brigham Young to establish this kind of way station. The church began in 1851, and it was initially given an Indian name for the creek that came down through here, Petite Neat, but that was a little hard for them to say or remember, and so one of the early settlers was James Pace, and that became the origin of the name Payson. The church established a branch here, and of course it's continued to grow in its presence ever since as the membership has continued to grow and increase and spread along the Wasatch Front. And it was determined a number of years ago by the First Presidency that they needed a temple here. You know that there are a number of temples along the Wasatch Front further north, and I can remember the day that President Monson announced the creation or the building of a temple in Payson. And it will have 27 stakes associated with this temple district, from Spanish Fork on the north to Nephi and Delta on the south. These saints have been going all the way to Provo or to Manti for those in the south, and this will be a great blessing for them to have their own temple. Of course, members are welcome to go to any temple, regardless of where they live, but specifically they will be serving in the temple from this area. We're going to have the opportunity of enjoying the celebration, the cultural celebration that goes along with the temple dedication. That will be on June 6th. And then on June 7th, members of the First Presidency and members of the 12 will be here, other church leaders, to participate in the dedication services. It will take place here in this building in 3 separate services, 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 4 p.m. on Sunday, June 7th. And that will be a remarkable beginning where the temple will be dedicated, and thereafter, of course, it's only open to members who have what they call a recommend, which is the recommendation of their local leaders that they are keeping the church standards and they're living the commandments and they're doing the things that qualify them to come into the temple. Prior to its dedication, we open the doors so that everyone can come in and see it, show you the beauty of the temple, and to explain a little bit about its purpose, the ordinances that are performed in the temple, and why they're so special and so significant to us. I want you to keep in mind that it is not just a beautiful building. We consider it to be the house of God. This is a house built to Him. We'll talk a little bit about the difference between a temple and a chapel, but you'll be able to feel something unique and special in the temple. And we create the temples because they are so beautiful in our reverence to our Father in heaven and to His Son, Jesus Christ, whom we worship. It's fitting that we're here in His presence, so to speak, with the statue of the Savior, the Christus, here with us in this reception tent. I'd like to invite Brother Larry Duffin to come up. He is the chairman of the local committee for the open house and the dedication committee, and he's the one that has put together all of this wonderful open house and all of the volunteers and those who serve with him. And I'd like to just introduce him to you and have him say a word.
Thank you, Elder Richards. It's been a great opportunity as we've started this journey in preparing to receive so many visitors to the temple. The open house, we hope to have between 400,000 and 500,000, 500,000 people tour the temple and give them the opportunity to feel and to understand the great blessings associated with building a house to our Lord. It takes quite a bit of effort. We have a committee of 16 that have been meeting since last December, and they're organized into 16 separate committees with about 300 standing committee members. And when this is all said and done, we'll incorporate 20,000 volunteers that will help with parking and ushering, and first aid and media, things like that. One of the things also we're excited about is the cultural celebration for the youth. We have over 13,000 youth here in the Temple District, and they will be participating in a big cultural celebration the night before the dedication on June 6th in Lavelle Edwards Stadium. The indication right now is that we'll probably have more than 13,000 youth. A lot of the friends and neighbors who are not members of our faith are joining and participating as well in this great celebration. In the past, family members and friends have been able to watch in their stake center by satellite or streaming over the internet. Each youth will have the opportunity to invite some of their friends and neighbors as well, so we'll have a full stadium likely. We're just excited for that opportunity.
I would just say one final thing, that on behalf of the First Presidency, who of course oversee all the temples and all the functions of temples, we're very grateful to all those who have participated in building and preparing this beautiful temple.